want to talk today about observation and take a stand on that. I know the Cowboys and the Eagles is playing. That's my team. Go Dallas. It's been a hard stretch following Dallas, but I've been a Dallas Cowboy fan practically my whole life. So hopefully we do something. It's 17-14 now. I'm just getting in. I want to stop up and do a live real quick. Um, Shout out to everybody who came through and showed love on the previous ones. Still working on getting this set up. I just work so much, so I haven't had time to really look at small podcasting things. But I guess I will as the weather break and work kind of slows down. I do a heavy labor job. I'm in asphalt, so I'm always working outside in different locations every day, and it be draining sometimes. But I do want to do the podcast thing. I was a musician for a while, really good at rapping, freestyling, writing, producing, engineering, and things like that. So I know I'd be pretty good at the podcast space. I also dabbled in photography as a younger adult, learning Photoshop and things like that. So I know I kind of, I can push those things forward in my life because those things I did enjoy. Um, but I just kind of took a back seat on them. But yeah, today I want to talk about observation, right? So, we talk a lot on this channel about mentalism and insight, far as internal things. And observation is a great code to unlock because it gives you a sense of awareness. Over the last, I want to say, week and a half, I've been, really listening to my intuition, um, really listening to my gut, about things, situations, scenarios, and circumstances. And it forced me into a observation standpoint in life, like a watchman, like a gentleman sitting on top of a tower, looking over the horizon to see any changes in the land, because you always have to be on defense when it comes to feelings and um, awareness. You always want to be aware of. Oh man. Yo, you want to believe it or not, man? I was on some trend stuff with this, man. I got the whole little sweatsuit too, man. Walmart, man. It's probably like $40. We got some nice little, dad wear in there. You know what I'm saying? But so it's the observation on things that have to spark a sense of awareness in your life. Um, like I said, the last week and a half, I've been listening to my intuition about things. Things that's been challenging on the forefront of making a choice and a decision. Some things you may have to walk into knowingly, and some things you walk into unknowingly. And in this point in my life, I'm a 38-year-old man. I talk to my brothers and a lot of my peers. And we can go through things as human beings, midlife crises, things like regrets, and these things play a role on your intuition. When you start to look in hindsight, I was telling my son this about appreciation. Most of the times we don't appreciate things when we have them. We learn to appreciate things when we lose them. And that's real to a factor of that's human nature. Now, granted, it's a great gift and a blessing if you can appreciate the beauty in life that you have, the things that you endure, your family, your friends, your peers, your lovers, whatever it may be. And if you can appreciate those moments wholeheartedly, my car might shut off. But if you can appreciate these things wholeheartedly, then you are on the right track as far as observation. It takes a great toll to commit to sustainability on a level where it's understood overall. And that's the hardest thing to capitulate that I've been dealing with for a week and a half. How can I create an atmosphere of acceptance and eliminate carelessness? And do this observation, I'm finding it very hard, in a way that you gotta kind of have influence. You gotta kind of have, quote unquote, your shit together. Because some battles, man, some battles can be forever. You know what I'm saying? And those battles that are forever, that may demand your attention, like I said, like looking over that watchtower, watching over the horizon, preparing for a defense or a stance to change things. And we know change is inevitable, but it's also something that can be scary. I look at death like change, right? Not the physical aspects of death, but like letting something go or walking away from something. These things be the hardest things to do because we don't understand that in this bicarnal world, our heart plays a major role into the issues of our lives. It's quoted in the Bible, not to get on religious topics, but it's just the way of the land. Our heart is our condition. So if we're not good-hearted people in the sense where we got an understanding of how we feel about something, how we dictate, how we demand our respect, how we look for appreciation, and the things that we do. Not appreciation from others. That's a given if you're doing the right things. But I think the thing with the hard thing, like I said, intuition, that I word is another I word, intention. You know what I'm saying? So I think we measure our intentions for understanding of the things that we deal in on a day to day, those battles, those whatever it may be. We dive into a sense of expectancy, and that's the difficult space that you have to let go. Um, expectancy can be good and bad, because expectations, if you consider yourself a person of a high regard, for instance, like I'm a father, you know what I'm saying, or dad, father, whatever, how you want to put it, but I feel I'm a great father. But as my children get older, I realize it's a constant disconnect where I don't understand a lot of the things that they're facing, even though I was at their age once, as far as if looking at observation. I was once 16, 17, 18, and I get the atmosphere of those things, and it's like I really don't understand. And when you take that into an observation, and you heard a lot of the times, man, oh man, you player hating or whatever they say, uh, watch out, whatever they be saying, their little languages and stuff. They're looking at the fact that your intentions to them or to the younger generation is looking at them as a whole generation, as they're all the same. And that's the factor of expectation that takes the role on your feelings and how you operate, because you will look at everything as if it should fit your way of thinking or your way of doing things, and that causes a lot of conflict in major areas of your life. And one thing I learned, and I'm gonna give you guys this quote because we're gonna try to keep it to 10 minutes, is that just slipped my thoughts, hold on. It just ran off my mind. It'll come back to me. But it's a great quote on it's a good quote too, but and you guys probably heard it before. It'll come back to me, maybe on a later date. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and here watch this Cowboys and Eagles game, man. Like I said, I have no hate for the Eagle guys because my uncle's an Eagle fan, and I if we don't win the NFC East, I'm glad they're winning it. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing to see. But since we're playing them tonight, I'm not even gonna root for them at all. But I love you guys, man. I just wanted to do a quick chime in, man, and just a quick update, and just taking account of observation. Peace.